Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Bulldog Report, bringing live coverage of Varsity Metuchen High School basketball. It's the girls on tap in just a few minutes as the Lady Bulldogs at 6-2 host the 5-3 Dunellen Destroyers. I'm Eddie Kalegi here on the call of today's action. Should be a fun one, and for the girls, it's been really a tale of two seasons. Against any other team other than Middlesex, they're 6-0. They're averaging 61 points a game and allowing only 35. But in the two games against Middlesex, they've scored only 46 and allowed 71 per game. Nonetheless, they're not against Middlesex today. It's the Dunellen Destroyers, who the Bulldogs beat earlier this season back on February the 6th. Metuchen won 61-51 on the road against Dunellen. They had a 19-2 first quarter lead and were fueled by Chase Clavon, who had 25 points, and Malega, who had 22 and 12 rebounds. As for Dunellen, 5-3 so far this year, 4-3 in the Blue Division. So the winner of this game moves into second, in control of second in the Blue Division here with 2 weeks remaining in the season. Dunellen coming off of a 16-12 year, which helped them respond after back-to-back losing seasons. They lost one senior in Erin Barnett, who was one of their top scorers, but their leading scorer, Chloe Cassidy, is still here, and she's having a big season. 14.3 points per game, 16 three-pointers made. She and Clavon will really duel today. But the big story to take a look at is Malega. And taking a look at the scoring leaders for the Metuchen team, Malega's had a great year, averaging just under 15 points per game. And if she can hit that mark, she needs 14 points today to become the Bulldogs' latest 1,000-point scorer. She's at 986 coming into today. Malega hoping for something big today. 14 points, and she joins the 1,000-point club. As you see, Chase Clavon is the leading scorer. Jermaine having a good season. And looking at a couple of other statistics here for the Bulldogs, their leading rebounder this season has been Carly Pachelski. Steals, it's been Chase Clavon, who's leading with nearly 4 steals per game. The team is averaging 10.9 steals per game. They've had a really potent defensive effort and hoping for another big stand today. And Chase Clavon with 15 three-pointers made. So, taking it back out to the court, we're just about a minute away from getting started here. One last thing, Metuchen's last game. They were on the road against Highland Park, and it was domination. 80-36 the final, 19 points apiece from Malega and Clavon, 12 from Jermaine, 10 from Breen, 8 from Waldron, and then a 6-point, 14-rebound, 8-assist effort for Cassidy Connors. An easier portion of the schedule lies ahead after this game against Dunellen, but the focus here are the Dunellen Destroyers as Metuchen looks to make it back-to-back and complete a season sweep after Dunellen swept the Bulldogs in the 2019-20 season, as Metuchen hoping for a win and looking to see if Malega can get those 14 points to join the 1,000-point club. But we're just about moments away from getting this game started. Looking at a couple of other key leaders for Dunellen in this game. Of course, Selma Abelker, who was one of their forwards, a senior number 2, has had a good season, averaging 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 steals per game. Also, sophomore Alexa Castro, who is scoring 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal per game. Those three are really at the heart of this Dunellen offensive attack. But let's send it down courtside as the national anthem and intros are coming here for some Wednesday basketball.
Oh, say, can you see? Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to
Senior number 10, Chloe Cassidy. A senior number 12, Isabel Parcells. A sophomore number 13, Alexa Castro. And the senior number 20, Megan Green.
Alright, so we are just about ready to go here for Metuchen Dunellen. Just a quick recap of the starting lineups. The Destroyers going with Salma Abelkar, Chloe Cassidy, Isabel Parcells, Alexa Castro, and Megan Green. This is quite the veteran team. 4 seniors in that starting lineup. Those are the 4 seniors that are on this roster. On the other side for Metuchen going with their typical starters, Charlotte Breen, Clavon, Malega, Pachelski, and Arlie Germain. So should be a fun one today as the Bulldogs look to get to 7-2. And also, Molly Malega looks to get to 1,000 points. She needs 14 to do it. First time the Lady Bulldogs have played in front of the home crowd this season. JV players are here. Parents are here. Let's have some fun. We're underway. Metuchen starting with it. Charlotte Breen here gives it to Molly Malega. Metuchen in white, Dunellen in navy blue and red. And Molly Malega draws the contact just 9 seconds in. First foul of the game here. So the first foul here will be against Alexa Castro. As you can see, we have our little score bug up on the graphic, so you can try to keep an eye. We'll try to keep that up as much as possible. As Malega feeds inside, Germain puts it up and in. Arlie Germain with a nice bucket to get Metuchen on the board early. Germain had 12 points in their last game against Highland Park. Now driving in, putting it up, no good for Megan Green. The putback is no good, but a foul's going to be called, and Salma Abelkar will head to the line. Now something interesting for me as a broadcaster, when I recognize most of the names from Dunellen, because I was looking back at my old scorebooks, this is the only matchup that I've called all 4 years of my high school career, a Metuchen Dunellen girls game. So I've come to know some of these players pretty well and some of these names pretty well, especially since there's a lot of seniors on this team. As Abelkar misses the first free throw, averaging 10 points per game this season. Buries the second, though, so the score is 2-1 right now, and Metuchen will take it. So here's Clavon. Clavon guarded by Cassidy. The 2 hot scorers trying to have a big game. Of course, these are their best 3-point shooters. They are lasers from deep as inside. Pachelski is going to travel. That's the issue that Metuchen has had all season long with these travels from their forwards. And Pachelski with the Bulldogs' first turnover of the game. Easy path to the bucket, but Cassidy can't hit. Rebound is taken in by Molly Malega. Here comes Malega the other way. And a turnover. Cassidy almost loses it. Germain gets it back. But she traveled while trying to wrestle it away from Abelcare. So back-to-back turnovers here for the Bulldogs. Dunellen has it. The score is 2-1 Metuchen. 1 minute gone. So bringing it up the floor here is Cassidy. Gets it over to Green. Back to Cassidy. Now it's Parcells in the corner. Nice move, driving in, putting up the hook shot, can't get it to fall. Fighting for the rebound is Castro. She'll hang on to it and gets it back out to Abelcare. Now swinging it around, Green over to Cassidy, and now Cassidy calling the play. She's going to drive on Charlotte Breen, and she'll draw the contact. So Charlotte Breen picks up the foul, her first, Metuchen's second. Destroyers inbound from near side. Parcells on the wing, thought about a three, now it's Castro with the sidestep, that's Abelcare inside, but she traveled, so the Metuchen issue now becomes a Dunellen problem as they'll turn it over via a travel. It's Bulldog ball. So here's Clavon with it. They'll try to neutralize Malega. Now Clavon's pass, batted away inside, intended for Germain, but it'll be last touch there by Abelcare. Charlotte Breen fires it in over to Malega. Has it stripped, but out of bounds. Last touch by Castro, and it will stay with the Bulldogs once again. They'll have Charlotte Breen throw it in here. Breen over to Clavon. Clavon drops it back over to Charlotte Breen. Breen inside. Germain puts it up and can't get it to fall. Rebound by Abelcare. Salma Abelcare along the far side. Nice sidestep there by Megan Green, who kicks it back over to Cassidy. Green coming in motion. Now cutting over is Parcells, who has space in the left wing. Dribbles towards the middle. Now at the elbow, it's Abelcare. The deep floater does not fall. Pachalski takes a hard spill. Molly Maleg's got it the other way. Here comes Malega backing in. Putting it up. Can't get it to fall. Metuchen is just 1 of 4 from the field here to start. Here comes Dunellen. Looking for their first score. They had a free throw, but that turnover, Charlotte Breen with the steal. Chase Clavon all alone, puts it up and gets it to fall. Chase Clavon with her first score, coming off of a strong 19.4 steal performance against Highland Park. Back the other way, wasting no time, is Isabel Parcells. Weak defensive coverage there from the Bulldogs, and Parcells splashes one from 15 feet away. It's Metuchen 4, Dunellen 3 here. 5:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Molly Malega nearly gets tied up, throws one over to Pachalski, who tries to get one into Germain, but it's batted out of bounds by Abelcare. As a substitution here, Germain, who has had a busy first few minutes, will take a seat, and Cassidy Connors, who had that big 14 rebound performance against the Owls of Highland Park on Monday, is in to play the 5. As Pachalski posting up, putting a shot up, can't get it to fall. Malega chases down the rebound in the corner. Now Molly Malega's going to drive. What a sidestep. Puts it up, but can't get it to fall. But a foul is going to be called there against Salma Abelcare. Pardon me, it's actually against Cassidy. And Malega will head to the line for 2. First one is good. So Malega now 13 points away from the 1,000-point career mark, which is quite the feat to hit, especially in her junior year, not even at a senior yet, and she has been instrumental on this varsity team since day one. She nets both from the line, so make it Metuchen 6, Dunellen 3. 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. In the corner, that's Green. Feeds one in, spin move, Castro, too strong. Fighting for the rebound, does a great job getting it back. And Metuchen did not do a good job boxing out there as Alexa Castro with her first points of the day, and Dunellen gets back within a single point. Here's Malega, drives, inside, soft shot, leaves it short. Malega is 0 of 3 from the field so far, but hit those 2 free throws. Here comes Dunellen looking for their first lead. That one's bad in the air, goes off the back of Malega and right to Cassidy Connors. Connors driving at the free throw line, kicks it out. Clavon tries a 3, way off. Rebound by Megan Green. A little bit of a rush there for Clavon, who can't hit her first 3-point attempt of the day. Backdoor pass, wide open Parcells, air balls a mid-range jumper. It'll go out of bounds. Metuchen takes possession as we pass the halfway point of the first quarter. So here's Charlotte Brain with it. All the starters still in except for Jermaine, who was replaced by Connors for Metuchen. Malega with it. Brain drifts from behind. Now Malega decides against the deep two. Brain's going to try a three. Short off the front of the rim. Rebound by Abelcare. Metuchen not shooting too well so far in this one. Quite the disparity from their last meeting with Dunellen when they went up 19-2 in the first quarter. As a deep one from Megan Green won't fall, Parcells can't hang on to the rebound. It'll be Pachelski who hustles it the other way, stops around midcourt, and flicks it over to Clavon. Now Charlotte Brain has it for the Bulldogs, kicks it over to Cassidy Connors. Connors back to Malega. Malega trying to get some space here on Castro. Drive, screen set by Pachelski, and Malega banks it in off the glass. Malega's first basket. She now has 4 points and 990 for her career. It's 8-5 Metuchen. Castro over to Green. There's Parcells. Sidestep, Abelcare tried to draw the foul. That's way off, and Breen tries to save it from out of bounds, but Dunellen's going to keep possession. As changes here for Metuchen, as Sarah Knoll will check in for Pajelski. Same 5 on the floor for Dunellen. As a quick pass, nice move by Castro, but can't get it to fall. Connors, good job going for that rebound. And it looks like a foul's going to be called, and Metuchen's going to inbound from the far side. Third foul against Dunellen. That's now 2 against Chloe Cassidy. That's big. We know how strong Cassidy is. She had 16 points in their last meeting a week and a half ago, and already in foul trouble here in the first quarter. Metuchen can really eliminate Dunellen's leading scorer. That would be key. Here's Knoll. Has it stripped. Jump ball. Possession outing at the Destroyers. So Dunellen ball here with 2.5 to go in the first. Megan Green tried to throw it in before the whistle was blown, as a substitution's going to be made here by the Bulldogs. Caitlin Waldron will check in for Charlotte Brain. So the Bulldogs unloading their bench early, but still keeping Clavon and Malega, their 2 key scorers in the game. Here's Abelcare driving, kicking it out. Deep 3. That'll fall for Alexa Castro. Castro has 5. Now quick pass. Connors puts one up. Can't get it to fall. Connors trying to get it back. Great save. Flicks it over to Knoll. Knoll puts up a jumper from 10 feet away. No. Connors another rebound. Gets it over to Malega. Malega the jumper. She can't hit either. Another rebound for Connors. No. Abelcare will take it away. Dunellen with a chance to take the lead here for the first time. We're deadlocked at 8. 2 minutes remaining in the first. Nice move. Abelcare splits the double team and puts it in. Salma Abelcare has 3. 5 unanswered for Dunellen to take a 10-8 lead. Malega over to Connors. Connors for 3. Too strong. Metuchen has rushed a couple of three-pointers here when they probably could have gotten a better shot because Dunellen has not played the best defense so far. Parcells gets one over to Abelcare. Nice sidestep. Now it's Parcells in the wing. Megan Green cuts over. That leaves Castro open. Castro makes a move, but that'll be a travel, and Metuchen will take the ball back. Lady Bulldogs with it, 10-8, trailing by 2, 1:13 remaining in the first. Malega over to Clavon on the left wing, dribbles with the right hand, gets it back to Waldron. Waldron drives, gets around the screen, throws one up. Kind of confused what the call is there. They're going to say Dunellen ball. All right, well, Dunellen ball. Must have either, I guess she stepped out of bounds there when she's going on the baseline, but regardless, Dunellen ball, under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Splitting the double team, throwing one up, getting it to fall, and one. What a job right there. Chloe Cassidy had been quiet until there, and she gets her first points in spectacular fashion. Great job, driving through the double team, throwing one up, trying to draw the foul more so than actually making the shot. But she gets the lucky roll and now has a chance on the and one. And she'll convert it 8 unanswered points here for Dunellen. It's 13-8. Like we said, Metuchen and Dunellen were very even teams last year, and Dunellen took both games. Metuchen's trying to take both this year, but once again, these two teams are very even, and for the most part are playing well against everybody but Middlesex. Bad pass by Connors, picked off by Cassidy, but Waldron picks off Cassidy's pass, back to Connors, and she puts it in. Cassidy Connors with her first points, 13-10, 25 seconds remaining. With the ball, driving over, Parcells mid-range, can't get it to go off the back iron. Castro gets the rebound. Dunellen resets. We'll see if they hold for a final shot here. 12 seconds remaining in the quarter. Cassidy, Castro has space. They'll let her fire away from 3. She can't hit. Rebound Parcells. Coach Glutt's telling them to box out and trying to get the rebound. Castro gets it back, puts it up at the buzzer. Don't think they'll count that. And that'll end the opening quarter. So the score right now, 13-10. And at this time, we'd also like to extend a big thank you to the Metuchen Education Foundation for their generous funding of the Get Loud grant, which is making today's broadcast and every broadcast throughout the season possible. And once again, Eddie Kalegi here on the call. We have Ben Solaski as our producer, and our cameraman, Mr. Zanetto. Z's helping us out with some great shots from today's game. So kudos to him, and a thank you to everybody who's tuning into today's broadcast. But I'll take a quick break here. We'll send it out to the court once again. Beginning of the second quarter, score is Dunellen 13, Metuchen 10. All right, here we go. Start of the second quarter. It's Dunellen 13, Metuchen 10. Bulldogs were up early, but since then it's been an 8-2 Dunellen run to close out the opening quarter. Malega is still out there with Chase Clavon. Malega's got 4 points. Of course, we're watching her. She tries to get to 1,000 career points today. She's up to 990. Nice pass by Clavon inside to Jermaine, but Jermaine will turn it over on the travel. And Jermaine's only a sophomore. Of course, you wouldn't think that with her height, but you know she's going to stop making some of those easier mistakes with the travels as she gets older and more experienced. But for now, once again, like the other forwards from Metuchen, those travels are really eating on her. As a turnover, Molly Malega with the steal. Here comes Malega, taking it herself, coast to coast, inside, puts it up, but a foul will be called, and Molly Malega will head to the free throw line. Surprised that Dunellen is still going with the same 5 right now. They have not made any substitutions. I recall them having a similar strategy these last couple of years. As Malega puts the first one in, she's now got 5 points, but surprising that they haven't given anyone a breather yet. Cassidy has 2 fouls. Nobody else has more than 1 on either team. As Malega hits them both, she's now 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 points in the game. And it's 13-12, but once again, Metuchen does not get back well on defense. And Alexa Castro, the sophomore, who was a freshman standout last year, second highest scorer on the team, has 7 already. It's 15-12 Destroyers. Here's Malega. It gets rolled on the ground, a tie-up, and they're going to take it away. Dunellen's got it. Chloe Cassidy bringing up the ball for the Destroyers. Now, double team coming from Malega and Clavon. Now, Malega drops off. Green getting hounded by Clavon and Charlotte Breen. There was a lot of contact there, but no foul. Parcells drives in near the baseline, kicks it back out. Green. Inside, Castro. Nice head fake on Jermaine. Spins. Space. Jumper is good for Parcells. Dunellen is playing some really good plays that's fooling the Metuchen defense. Bulldogs keep leaving shooters open like Parcells and Castro when they're focused on others like Abelcare and Megan Green. Right there, Parcells got some open space in the corner to fire away. Here's Clavon, puts it up, can't get it to fall. The putback, though, is good. Chase Clavon, her second bucket of the game. 17-14 Dunellen, 6:07 remaining in the second quarter. Parcells fires away again, can't get it to fall, and Germain is going to foul Castro underneath. So fourth foul, that's actually Germain's first. And fourth foul, each team has 4. So we'll see if they either gets into the bonus as a steal by Pachalski. And she'll bounce one over to Malega. Metuchen looking to get back. Driving in, Clavon rolls it in. Fancy finish for Chase Clavon. She's got 6, tied with Malega for a team high. And the Bulldogs have recovered to get it back within 1. 17-16 is your score. Megan Green nearly has it stripped. Abelcare, and that's a travel by Salma Abelcare, and Metuchen will take possession back. Bulldogs fell behind by as much as 5, but a chance to take the lead here. Charlotte Breen has it, floats one in. Germain, nice play, and she gets it to fall. Great pass, great job leading Germain in a little bit. Smart play there by Charlotte Breen. It's 18-17. Now batted away. Abelcare, thankfully for Dunellen, secures it. Now Castro gets it back out. Pump fake by Green. Looked like she traveled, but no call. Now it's Abelcare. Back to Cassidy. Parcells. Long 2, no good. Rebound Pachalski, who's doing a good job with the boards. Hits the deck, but gets the ball over to Clavon nonetheless. Metuchen on a 6-0 run right now. Clavon tries to get one in again to Germain. That pass is batted away by Green and taken away by Abelcare. Here come the Destroyers looking to take the lead back. Parcells kicks it back. 3-pointer, no good off the back iron for Cassidy. The putback for Castro, no good, but a foul's going to be called against Germain. Thought she had a clean block there, but she must have made a little contact. And Alexa Castro will head to the line, averaging 9 points and 7 rebounds per game. And she could already get to 9 if she hits both her free throws here. So Germain with 2 fouls. Obviously her being in foul trouble is something to watch. Connors is at the scorer's table as the first free throw falls for Castro. Both teams shooting pretty well from the free throw line so far. A combined 7 of 8. Metuchen's made all 4. And Dunellen is 3 of 4. And that one will fall as well. So make it 9 points for Alexa Castro, and the lead belongs to Dunellen once again. 19-18, 4:34 remaining in the first half. Malega crossover on Parcells, has it swatted away, taken away by Abelcare. And on the run, Charlotte Breen is going to let it bounce out of bounds. Metuchen will take possession right back. And looks like a timeout is going to be called here with 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. Taking a look at the schedule, and the next game's coming up on Friday. Of course, tentatively, we do have snow. Of course, it was just announced by Dr. Caputo before this game that it's going to be an early dismissal, all remote day, and activities canceled. The boys' JV and varsity games were pushed back an hour and a half because the girls can't practice tomorrow. It'll be JV against South Plainfield at 5:30, varsity for the boys against South Plainfield at 7. Both of those you can see here live on the Bulldog Report. We'll have commentary for the latter, and then Monday is the next girls' game as they'll face off with Calvary. As we'll head it back to the court, 4:25 remaining here in the second quarter. With Metuchen trailing by 1, 19-18. Leading scorers so far, 6 points apiece for Malega and Clavon, 4 for Germain, 2 for Connors. On the other side for Dunellen, it's been all Alexa Castro. 4 seniors, but it's been the sophomore who's been getting things done with 9 points. Parcells 4, Cassidy 3, and Abelcare 3. Megan Green has currently been held scoreless. Here comes Clavon with it. Metuchen trying to get the lead back. They've trailed by as much as 5 and led by as much as 5. Malega, 3-pointer. That's good from downtown. That's now 9 points for Molly Malega, 5 away from the magic number. She's at 995 career points. As here's Megan Green, gets some space, drives in, puts it up way off on the attempted layup, but space again for Isabel Parcells. Metuchen just has to dedicate a defender to Parcells because she is getting way too many open shots. She now has 6, all 3 from that similar spot along the baseline about 15 feet away. And now we're deadlocked at 21. Connors, screened by Pachelski, kicks it over. Charlotte Breen near the three-point line. Can't get it to fall. Pachelski tied up with 2 defenders at once. But the possession arrow is directed towards Dunellen, so Destroyer ball. And like we said, Dunellen still has not made a substitution in this game. They've had 10 different players appear at the varsity level this season, and they usually use about 7 per game, but they've only used the starting 5 so far. Again, Parcells has space, but now Malega brings the defense, and that pass is picked off by Cassidy Connors. Here comes Metuchen the other way. Connors drives in, puts one up, leaves it short. Malega the rebound. That one's not good either. Pachelski misses. All 3 Bulldogs, each in a row, miss easy layups, so now Dunellen has a chance to take the lead back. Here's Chloe Cassidy, drifts back. Malega's on her. She'll head back near the logo. Dunellen trying to set up a smart play. You expect they're going to try to free up one of their shooters here and confuse the Metuchen defense. But instead, it's going to be Cassidy trying a deep 3. She's hit 16 this season, but not this time. Now here comes Molly Malega. Malega inside. Puts one up. It's good. That's 11 for Malega. She is 3 away from 1,000 points. And the Bulldogs lead it 23-21. Breen brings the defense. Quick pass. And Megan Green nearly falls there. Clavon gets it back over. That's Parcells trying to back in. Pardon me, that's Castro. She throws one up, no good. Here comes Molly Malega. Malega bounces one over. Clavon nearly has it stripped. She'll try a 3-pointer. That's good from downtown. Chase Clavon's got 9 points. The Bulldog lead is tied for a game high at 5 with 1:56 remaining here in the first half. Here's Chloe Cassidy. Metuchen starting to get into an offensive groove. They're usually known for their big second halves, but doing things in the second quarter is a miss from Castro, and here comes Malega with it. Molly Malega at the 3-point line. Is going to drive, is going to put it up. Can't get it to fall, though. Pachelski tied up with Castro, and Metuchen will keep it via the possession arrow as Sarah Knoll will check in for Pachelski. 7 of the 10 players in this game have not rested yet. All 5 Dunellen starters, plus Malega and Clavon, have been in for the entirety. Malega underneath is going to dribble back out, splits a double team, fancy move, puts it in. Molly Malega is at 999, next bucket. Gets her up to 1,000. It's 28-21. 13 first half points for Molly Malega. As that pass. Mid-range. Abelcare. No good. Rebound Molly Malega. Here comes Malega with it. Driving on Green. Heading inside. Heads back out. Kicks it out Connors. Cassidy Connors for 3. No good. Fighting for the rebound. It's Knoll. And she'll put it in. Sarah Knoll's first points. 5 different Bulldog players have scored, and the lead is now 9. A 9-0 run out of the timeout. It's 30-21. 44 seconds left in the half. Green over to Parcells. Parcells deep 2. No good. Rebound, put back. Abelcare allowed to literally walk right down the lane. She's got 5. Here comes Molly Malega with it. Malega splits the double team, puts one up, leaves it just short. The putback is up. That doesn't go either. The basket for 1,000 is just so difficult right now for Malega, but a turnover on the travel by Abelcare. Metuchen will get it back. Bulldogs would love to just get her 1,000 points before halftime and just not have to worry about that and just have the central focus just be winning this game here in the second half. Charlotte Breen over to Connors. There goes Connors. Nearly has it stripped, and it is taken away by Abelcare. 12 seconds. And that pass is going to be fought for and tried to take away as Connors, but I think she's going to get called for a foul there. No, they're actually going to call the foul against Dunellen. 8 seconds. Here is Breen. Breen drops it off to Malega. Malega with 4 seconds. The shot is no good. Rebound by Cassidy. That'll end the first half. And Molly Malega is at 999 career points. So next basket does it, but Metuchen with a good ending to the second quarter to lead it 30-23. Malega has 13 points. Clavon has 9. Jermaine 4. Connors and Knoll with 2 apiece. On the other side, 5 for Abelcare, 9 for Castro, 6 for Parcells, and 3 for Cassidy. So it's been interesting so far to watch this game, and there have been some, notable issues that we have seen so far from Metuchen, despite having that lead. As taking it back on camera here, Eddie Kalegi with you. It's been a fun first half to watch. Of course, the end of the second quarter, 9 unanswered points to make it 30-21. Then a quick score at the end. Molly Malega is 1 point away from the 1,000 point mark. But the big issue for Metuchen has been their defense. Dunellen's running some smart plays here. They're trying to free up their shooters in the mid-range, and Parcells and Castro are capitalizing on those opportunities. And Metuchen seems very flat-footed on defense, and they're allowing these easy layups. If they lock down a little more on defense, their offense is certainly doing the job at this point. So all they need is to lock down on defense, and the Bulldogs could really be on the path to 7-2 today. But a really solid game from the offense so far. They haven't committed too many fouls. Only player with multiple fouls is Aurelie Germain with 2. But a solid game so far for the Bulldogs. And of course, Molly Malega leading the way with 13 points and just 1 away from the 1,000-point club. But we'll take a quick break here and head it over to halftime. There's about 8.5 minutes till the start of the second half. But heading it back over to the court, the score is 30-3. Metuchen on top of Dunellen. This is Eddie Kalegi. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stay with us here in the stream to watch the second half as the Bulldogs look to win and Molly Malega looks to become the newest member of the 1,000-point club. This is Eddie Kalegi on the Bulldog Report. Bulldogs lead it by 7 at the half. All right, so we're 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'd like to take the opportunity to extend a big thank you to the MEF for their generous funding of the Get Loud grant, which is making this broadcast and every broadcast throughout the season possible. Once again, Eddie Kalegi here today. Our producer is Ben Selesky, and our cameraman is Mr. Zanetto, as we're bringing you coverage of the Metuchen girls as they face off with Dunellen. So it's been a fun game so far. The Bulldogs currently leading 30-23. They've led by as many as 9, trailed by as many as 5. It's been a real back and forth contest so far, but Metuchen had all the momentum ending the second quarter. Molly Malega has 13 points and 999 for her career, the 999. One more point, a free throw or any sort of basket, and she can join the 1,000-point club, and we know there will be some festivities. And of course, it's really fitting now that fans can be in the building. This is the first home game for the girls that they've been able to have the parents there following Governor Murphy's executive order, where he allows parents to come, and also there's JV players here. So that Malega gets to reach this point when fans are actually here is definitely good for this team and good for her. But just getting ready here for the start of the second half, but should be fun to watch. So Malega's got 13, Clavon's got 9, Jermaine with 4, Nolan Connors with 2 apiece. 2 of Metuchen starters, Pachelski and Breen, are both scoreless so far. We'll see if they can get into the scoring column. On the other side, Metuchen's done a good job controlling Chloe Cassidy, who of course is Dunellen's leading scorer, averaging 14 per game. She averaged 15 per game last year and hit 46 threes, but has been held to just 3 points and 1 basket so far. 6 points for Parcells, 5 for Abelcare, 9 for Castro, and they have not gone to their bench yet. It's just been the 5 starters who have played. Dunellen will start with the ball here to begin the second half, and bringing it up is Megan Green. Green gets it over to Castro. There's Cassidy, pivots, gets space, tries one. That's short. Rebound by Clavon. Clavon gets it ahead. Charlotte Breen chases it down, keeps it inbounds. That was nearly a walk. Gets it over, trying one from deep is Clavon, and gets it to rattle home. Chase Clavon dials one up from distance, and Metuchen has their first double-digit lead of the night. It's 33-23. 12 points now for Clavon. Inside, the spin move, the shot is good for Castro. Alexa Castro just cannot be stopped down low. She now is into double figures with 11. Charlotte Breen bringing it up for Metuchen. Gets it over to Clavon. Clavon tries another one from 3. Not this time. Rebound Pachelski. Pachelski trying to find someone open. Makes a nice post move, but can't finish the shot. Still trying to keep the rebound. Abelcare and Pachelski chase after it, and Salma Abelcare takes it for Dunellen. Megan Green passes it ahead. There's Castro. Castro kicks it back. Abelcare, long two, can't get the friendly roll. Rebound by Molly Malega. Here comes Malega with it. Malega, inside, fakes them out, puts it up. It's good! Molly Malega has done it! She has joined the 1,000-point club at Metuchen High School. 15 points today for Molly Malega and 1,001 for her career. The JV players love it. The parents love it. Standing ovation. Here comes the sign. Molly Malega, the newest member of the 1,000-point club at 6:37 mark in the third quarter of Metuchen's February 17th, 2021 game against Dunellen to give them a 35-25 lead. As the makeshift photo op makes its way out, as Molly Malega becomes the newest member of Metuchen's 1,000-point club. It's been a long time coming. Of course, some thought that Bryn Farrell would be the next member, but she ended up transferring after her injury sophomore year. It's been a while, but now Molly Malega joins the group as they pose for the picture here at the 6:37 mark of the third quarter. So a big-time congratulations to Molly Malega, 1,000 career points and counting. And she has really made her mark in this team. As a freshman, very rare for a freshman, especially in basketball, to start off, especially on a team with a lot of veterans, and instantly find her way into the starting lineup and make a very sizable contribution. And Malega has done that and more since her first day in the Bulldog program. Of course, has had a strong connection with her fellow Ginger in the backcourt, Chase Claiborne, throughout her career. And she and Claiborne have really helped lead the Lady Bulldogs over these past couple of years. Molly's parents, the Malegs out there for the picture. Standing ovation here from the parents. And they'll get ready to head back out for some game action, but definitely what a moment. And like I alluded to during halftime, getting to do this in front of the home fans is always important. And the fact that something this monumental happened in the first girls game with fans in exactly 50 weeks is definitely huge. 35-25. We'll get back to game action. As now, the intensity with that is over, and the Bulldogs can now focus simply on winning the game. They've got a 10-point lead, but we've seen how Dunellen can score a lot in a heartbeat, and they're coming out of this timeout and having to watch that and wanting to score. But Cassidy can't hit, and Molly Malega, not stopping after 1,000 points, gets the rebound and leading the charge the other way. Here comes Malega inside the floater, can't get that one to fall. Pachelski, the rebound, fighting for it, and somehow keeps possession, but she ends up rolling it along the out-of-bounds line, but they're going to say last touch by Castro. Surprised there was no jump ball. Surprised she didn't call timeout. And honestly, I thought that would have been off of Metuchen there. But regardless, it's Bulldog ball, but they'll turn it over as Abelcare picks off Maleg's pass. Malega chases it down and takes it away, but then that's a backcourt violation as she couldn't secure it. So turnovers aplenty in the last couple of seconds. It's now Dunellen ball, trailing by 10 with 5:59 remaining in the third quarter. Megan Green gets it back over, driving in. Nice stop and pop, and it's good again for Alexa Castro. All eyes are on Molly Malega tonight, but Alexa Castro, the sophomore, is having quite the performance of the road. She scored 13 of Dunellen's 27. Here's Malega. Step back for three is way short. Rebound by Castro. Dunellen within 8. Here's the jumper. It's another one for Parcells. They'll say it was a 2 as Parcells has 8, and the lead is now 6. 35-29. Malega floats one into Germain, who's been quiet since the first quarter. Breen is wide open, but airballs that one. And like we said, Dunellen can score quick. They have a chance here to get within 4 or 3. There's Cassidy, gets back to the top of the key. It's Castro again. Castro drives. Flicks it back out. Chloe Cassidy tries a 3, and it's a wedgie stuck up there on the back iron. Second time I've seen that this season. And Cassidy Connors will bring the ball out. And the ref's got the hops to dislodge it. No need for that second ball. And we'll get back to game action here. That would have made it a 3-point game, so pretty big now. Metuchen with a chance to expand on their 6-point lead. And we'll try to set a smart play here. 35-29. 4:47 remaining here in the third quarter. From deep, it's Connors. No good. Nearly hit the top of the backboard. And it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Last touch by Parcells. There's Connors. Connors, she'll get it inside Malega. Malega gets tripped up, loses the ball. It's taken away by Abelcare. Here's Megan Green. Green gets it over. Back to Abelcare. And there's Cassidy, who nearly traveled there. Refs have let a lot go in this game on both travels and fouls. A lot of travels have been let go, especially from Dunellen, and we've seen a couple of fouls on both sides that have been largely ignored. And driving in is Cassidy, and she throws one up and in. Chloe Cassidy now has 5, and Dunellen has gotten back within 4. Metuchen was up by 10, but Dunellen has closed back in. Claiborne cutting, gets some space, and turns it over. Metuchen averages 11 steals per game. Dunellen averages 10. These are two excellent defenses, and they're showing it off today. And another steal. This time it's the Bulldogs with Charlotte Breen going the other way. Driving, putting it up over Cassidy, and an offensive foul. What a job by Chloe Cassidy drawing the charge there. As a substitution for Metuchen, Caitlin Waldron will check in. Once again, they've put Jermaine on the bench here early in a half. And now Malega will sit for the first time today after getting to her 1,000-point mark. Megan Green bringing it up. And a timeout is going to be called here by Dunellen, here with 3:26 remaining in the third quarter. So taking a look at the upcoming schedule, of course everything could be on hiatus. You never know with the snow that's supposed to come tomorrow. Of course there's a remote learning day, early dismissal tomorrow, but scheduled tentatively, the boys JV play at 5:30 against South Plainfield on Friday, and then the varsity team is at 7 against South Plainfield, and the next girls game will be a home game Monday against Calvary Christian. All three of those games, that'll be at 6 o'clock on Monday. All three of those games can be seen live on the Bulldog Report. Inbounding from the far side, here are the Dunellen Destroyers. Metuchen going with Pachelski, Waldron, Clavon, Connors, and Breen. Still the starting five of Green, Cassidy, Parcells, Castro, and Abelcare out there for the Destroyers. As Parcells gets it over to Green. Now there's Cassidy. Feeds it inside. Abelcare, turnaround jumper from the elbow won't fall. Cassidy Connors corrals the miss. Inside, Clavon slows up, gets it back over to Connors. Now here's Breen, and that's going to be a kick, and it's going to stay with Metuchen, I believe. As some changes, Malega gets her very quick break complete as she'll come in. Pachelski will take a seat, Breen as well as Sarah Knoll is into the game. So Metuchen's only two starters right now are Clavon and Malega. Malega dumps one off to Waldron. Been a while since the Bulldogs got in the scoring column. Knoll puts one up, it's altered, and it's going to be taken away by Abelcare. Dunellen can make this a one-possession game here. Megan Green, bounce pass, Abelcare goes right back into her hands. It goes back to Castro, who puts one up, adjusts midair, can't get it to fall. Players hitting the deck everywhere. And that's going to be a foul. An offensive over-the-back foul against Alexa Castro. And Metuchen will get the ball back. 2:21 remaining in the third. Real back-and-forth game here. And the winner moves into second place in the GMC Blue Division. Metuchen trying to keep that spot. Dunellen trying to take it. Connors over to Clavon. 10-foot jumper, no good. Connors gets the rebound. Now it's Malega at the elbow. Kicks it over to the left wing. Clavon drives. Puts up a strong layup. Can't get it to go, but a foul's going to be called. Second foul of the half against the Destroyers. Megan Green, the guilty party. Chase Clavon is short on the first free throw. Clavon averaging 15 points per game this season, has hit 15 threes. The rest of the team combined has only hit 13, as she hits the back end of that from the charity stripe to get up to 13 points. 36-31. Metuchen has been held pretty silent here, just 6 points in the third quarter. Low-scoring third quarter after a high-scoring second. Dunellen scored 8, Metuchen 6. Connors chucks up a 3. Oh, that's good from deep. Chloe Cassidy from downtown. It's a 2-point game with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Now here's Cassidy Connors. Inside, Waldron cutting. Tries to get it out to Sarah Knoll. Waldron tries to save it. Nice hustle. But nothing will pay off from that. And all of a sudden, Metuchen, who had a 10-point lead earlier in this quarter, Dunellen can now tie or take the lead here. Megan Green takes it across. Over to Cassidy. Wide open, it's Abelcare. Splash. Tie game. It was 33-23, and since then it's been a 13-3 run for Dunellen to tie things up. And a foul is going to be called against Dunellen. Blocking foul there against Parcells. That's her first, team's third. Final minute of the quarter. Breen cutting Malega. Malega can't hit. And a travel by Megan Green, so a nice break for the Bulldogs as Green tried to run with it before dribbling. And Metuchen will throw it in. There's Connors. Connors drives, puts it up, and draws the foul. Nice job by Cassidy Connors, and she'll head to the free throw line. Connors averaging 4 points and 6 rebounds per game this season. Knocks down the first one. Like we said, Connors was really big in the Highland Park game. It seemed like everybody piled up the stats, but her especially. 6 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. While Metuchen also had 4 players in double figures. And just a quick comparison, Breen and Jermaine combined for 22 in that game. They have 4 here as a deep three-pointer is rained down by Alexa Castro. She simply cannot miss tonight. 16 points, averaging 9 per game this season, and averaged 9.5 last season, and has 16 tonight. Metuchen looking to respond. There's Connors, dribbles towards the corner. 25 seconds remaining in the quarter, and nearly has it stripped, and it goes through Waldron's hands, and it's taken away. Now Parcells gets it back over to Cassidy. Abelcare calling for it. Green as well. Metuchen's giving them a lot of space. I wouldn't necessarily do that because Dunellen's hitting their threes. Here's another one from Castro, but way off this time. Noel's got to get it out of there. 3 seconds left in the quarter. 2 seconds. One Malega from half court. Way off. And despite the celebration with Metuchen and Molly Malega getting her 1,000th point, it was otherwise a pretty bad quarter for Metuchen as they get outscored 16-8. And all of a sudden, Dunellen is now on top 39-38. So one more time, the athletic department extends a big thank you to the Metuchen Education Foundation for the generous funding of the Get Loud grant. And if you're unfamiliar, we've been calling all the games from our new makeshift studio in the athletic director's office, so we're very happy for that grant. And once again, it's Eddie Kalegi here on the call today. We have Ben Salaski as our producer. He's in charge of the MHS Media Club, so if you're interested in kind of learning about the ins and outs of all this and helping out with a future broadcast or other Metuchen Media Club endeavor, contact Ben Salaski, their sophomore student president. And also the MHS podcast is involved in this club, and we're always looking for new members. So if you're interested, contact me, Eddie Kalegi, or our advisor, Ms. Wisniewski. We just posted last week our latest show, where we were joined by Dr. Vincent Caputo to discuss COVID-19 testing, and also 2 members of the MHS Student Coalition to talk about why they want to change the schedule, plus all the latest in winter athletics. So check that out at MHS Podcast on Twitter or the MHS Podcast on YouTube. Dunellen has it 1-point game. And that's Castro, will get stripped. It's really been Castro versus Malega in this game. Malega's got 15, Castro has 16. Charlotte Breen drives, and that pass is going to be blocked away by Abelcare. Dunellen on the run, taking it in. Big collision there with Cassidy, and I believe that was Pachelski down low, but Metuchen will get the ball back. Bulldogs defense has they've gotten the steals, but they're allowing way too many easy shots. Not only inside, but also from the perimeter, giving way too much space and really leaving shooters open, and Dunellen is taking advantage of those opportunities as they're looking to win their 3rd of their last 4 meetings with Metuchen and split the season series as Malega is fouled, and she'll head to the charity stripe. So Malega at the line, knocks down the first free throw. Quick look over at the scoring leaders for this season. Malega averaging 15 points a game, just below Chase Clavon, both of them doing excellent this year. Malega knocks them both down, so make that 17 points for Molly Malega. Now she's up to good old 10-0-3 on the career, as the Bulldogs lead at 40-39. As Jermaine picks off that pass, Metuchen's on the run. They have numbers. Here comes Jermaine, but that pass is going to be batted out of bounds. Heads up play by Alexa Castro, and Metuchen will have to throw it in from underneath, where they've struggled a bit today on these breakaway inbound plays. Malega gets spaced though, chucks one up. No good. Nobody went for the rebound. It's only Megan Green who takes it for Dunellen. Destroyers trailing by 1. It's been back and forth, several lead changes. Metuchen's led by as many as 10. Dunellen's led by as much as 5. Castro puts one up, and she'll draw the foul against Arlie Germain. Believe that's 3 now against Germain. Yes, that is, and Alexa Castro, who has been dynamic on the offensive end today, heads to the line. Castro's actually in the season averaging less points than Abelcare. She puts the first one in. I think it's a 17 points. She had 12 in their last game, which was a win against Mother Seton, 45-23, a game they led 32-12 at halftime. Chloe Cassidy and Selma Abelcare each had 14 points. Abelcare added 11 rebounds. Second free throw doesn't fall. Metuchen comes out of the scrum with it. Here's Malega. Gets it over, and that shot's no good. Parcells takes it. We're tied at 40. This one's good, folks. It's going to come down to the wire as the Bulldogs and Destroyers play for second place in the Blue Division. And when it comes to the pods in 2 weeks, trying to get the best seeding possible, both these teams were considered potential top 10 GMC teams as Abelcare comes up with that one and puts it in, and Dunellen has a 2-point lead. Clavon inside for Pachelski. Now she loses the ball, gets tied up, but Metuchen had the possession arrow their way. They'll keep it. Other good thing, Metuchen's done mostly well from the free throw line today, and just one more foul to give for Dunellen here with still 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Clavon steps back, a deep 3, in and out. Rebound Malega, the putback, up and under, no good. Molly Malega made that finish a little too complex. She had an easier finish, but decided to go with the old scoop shot, but couldn't get it to go. Abelcare again from the side, and a foul's going to be called as Germain secured the board. 42-40 with 5:54 remaining. It seems like a broken record at this point. Dunellen keeps getting these shots from the corner from about 15 feet away, and for the most part they're hitting on them, especially Castro and Parcells. As Germain can't hit, Allen's taken away. Here comes Dunellen, looking to expand on the lead. Cassidy passes up the 3, kicks it over. Now that's Parcells who lines up a 3. No good. Germain and Pachelski get tied up. Pachelski does a great job getting out of the jump ball because Dunellen does have the possession arrow right now. Here comes Malega. Malega drives in, puts it up for the tie. It's good, and the foul. Molly Malega heads up clutch play with 5:26 remaining to even the score. She now has 19, and a timeout's going to be called by Dunellen. Looking at some of the other statistical leaders this season, Molly Malega has played well, but it's actually been Clavon leading the way with 3-pointers with 15, also leading the way with nearly 4 steals per game. I believe she has 2 so far in this game, and Carly Pachelski has been the Bulldogs' leading rebounder at 7 per game. So, in the timeout right now, quick story of this game. Dunellen got off to a nice start. Metuchen responded late in the second quarter. Molly Malega was at 999 career points at halftime, came back, hit a bucket, a floater from about 8 feet away with 6:37 left in the quarter to give Metuchen a 10-point lead in the third quarter to get to 1,001 career points. Joined the club. They had the pictures and everything, but since that moment, it's been Dunellen 17, Metuchen 7. So the Bulldogs can't be too caught up in that because this is a big game for them to win. Metuchen is still undefeated when it comes to teams other than Middlesex, and they love to sweep the season series against Dunellen, a team who in recent years has been able to beat them regardless of record. And these two teams, it's really about as even as you can come when it comes to some matchups in the Blue Division, because you think about Middlesex owning the teams, then we've seen Metuchen, how they've really eaten up teams like South Amboy this season, but Metuchen and Dunellen very evenly matched. Malega can't get the and one. Pachelski tries to Odell that ball, but it's going to be taken away by Dunellen. Destroyers looking to take the lead back. 5:15 remaining. Space, Parcells for three. Rims out, rebound, Malega. Malega. Deep pass over to Pachalski. Pachalski tries to put it on the floor, and that's going to be a foul against, I believe, Abelcare. And that puts Metuchen. Metuchen's in the bonus. That's now 8 fouls against Dunellen. And the Bulldogs, who have done pretty good from the line, will try again. And now Abelcare is at 4 fouls. She tends to find herself in foul trouble a lot, but definitely doesn't want to be in this particular situation. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And regardless, that's a free throw violation from Pachalski. So now Dunellen can reset and bring it up the floor. The Destroyers still have not made a substitution in this game, which I think is amazing at this point. And these players are still playing really well. As Castro again! Alexa Castro has 19 points, and Dunellen leads it 44-42. Malega gets it over, swings it inside. Clavon traveled. It's really going from bad to worse here for the Bulldogs, who want to capitalize and win this game. Yes, their schedule is pretty easy these next few games. They have Cavalry coming up. They still have another game against Spotswood, who they beat their first meeting. But Highland Park, I believe they have a second game against. But you don't want to be in that situation where you're banking on those types of games, because you never know. And this is definitely a winnable game. And we've already seen the boys drop a winnable game against Dunellen here in Metuchen a week and a half ago. As Malega takes it to the basket, can't hit the tying lay-in. Rebound by Megan Green. Crunch time now, just over 4 minutes to go. Parcells almost rushed a three. Here comes Abelcare. She'll drive. Germain brings the nice defense. Good job right there. Malega trying to keep it in bounds. Tries to bounce it off a defender, and she'll be successful as Cassidy Connors will check into the game. And they're going to take Germain out here. I'm shocked that Coach Glutz would not want to have the center in right now. I know you want some shooters in there, but if you can get space, Germain is an automatic bucket inside and also a nice post presence, and just made a really solid defensive play to deny Abelcare of a jumper that could have made it a 4-point lead. But regardless, Metuchen's going small ball here, looking for another 3-point spark. Kicking it back. Charlotte Breen for the lead. That's good from downtown! Charlotte Breen's first points of the game. It's a big trifecta, and the Bulldogs lead it by 1. Driving in is Castro, looking to respond. The turnaround jumper, that's good, banked home. Alexa Castro has 21 points. Nearly half their effort. Now Malega three, she drops one from deep. 48-46, Molly Malega and Charlotte Breen, back-to-back three-pointers for the Bulldogs to go up by 2. What a shot right there by Malega. Contested three-pointer. Now stepping into one is Green. Megan Green ties it up. If she hadn't stepped in, she would have had a three-pointer to take the lead. But regardless, it's a game-tying 2. Now Malega inside for Pachalski. Pachalski trying to put one up, and Connors tries to save it. But regardless, it was off of Pachalski after Connors tried to get it. 48-48, we are deadlocked in a battle for second in the blue division. Abelcare to the bucket, gets it in. Abelcare becomes the second Destroyer in double figures. She has 11. Bulldogs need a big basket here. Malega gets it over. Cassidy Connors for 3. No good, a rush right there. This could be a 2-possession game. This is a big possession for both teams. Chloe Cassidy passes up on one. Now Megan Gray. Nice job by Clavon closing out on that 3-point opportunity. Castro again on the run. Gets it over to Cassidy. Now it's Parcells. Back to Green on the left wing. 2 minutes to go. 2-point game. Cassidy over to Parcells. Now it's Castro. Castro. That one batted but saved by Abelcare. Nearly a disastrous turnover for Dunellen. Cassidy drives, draws the foul against Molly Malega. And Chloe Cassidy will shoot 2. And a timeout is going to be called here by Metuchen, their first of the game. 50-48. And man, what an exciting game it has been. Back and forth over these last couple of minutes. A couple of huge three-pointers, first from Charlotte Breen, then from Molly Malega. But on the other side, they certainly responded. And one more time, just taking a quick look at the next games. Boys on Friday, tentatively, we'll see if the snow changes anything, but JV at 5:30, Varsity at 7 against South Plainfield. The girls' next game, they'll host Cavalry Christian Monday at 6. All of these can be seen live on the Bulldog Report, and all the Varsity games can be seen with some play-by-play as well. So we'll send it back out to the court. 1:42 remaining. It is officially crunch time here. These are some big free throws here from Cassidy. Metuchen led by 10 in the third quarter after Molly Malega's 1,000th point. But the game has really sort of gotten away from them. And while you want to celebrate that moment, once it's over, you have to turn your focus back to the court and to the game at hand, especially when you're in such a big game like this. And unfortunately, I think Metuchen, it took them a little bit of time to respond to that. And now they're paying for it. And a very friendly roll right there for Cassidy, who's now up to 9 points. And the lead is 3 for the Destroyers. Metuchen has 4 timeouts and 3 fouls to give. And the second one doesn't fall. Important rebound to try to grab. It's tied up. And it'll go to Metuchen off a jump ball. Actually, it's going to stay with Dunellen. Initially gave the other signal, but it's going to stay with Dunellen here. And the inbound's going to be taken by Cassidy. Metuchen really needs a takeaway, or at the very least to force a missed shot right here. They can't allow any more points to make this a 2-possession game. Malega nearly takes it on a little bit of an awkward pass back to Parcells, but Dunellen still has it. Now it's Megan Green. Fakes it over. Now it's Cassidy. Makes her drive. Gets it back Parcells. 1:20 to go. Screen set. And Cassidy's going to be fouled by Charlotte Breen. And now we might truly enter what they call the longest 2 minutes in sports, with 1:17 remaining. Bulldogs have shut the ball pretty well in the fourth quarter, as Clavon will now foul Megan Green. That's now 5. Still 2 more to send them to the line and force a 1-and-1. And Parcells, Malega tried to foul her. And trying to take the ball away, and it's going to go to Metuchen. Now that's how you do it. You don't waste a foul, and you take the ball away, and Metuchen does that. Now they do not need a three-pointer right here. 1:07 to go. They just need to get points in this possession. Let's see what the strategy is. It's Malega driving, and she turns it over. So all that work to take the ball away, and they lose it within just a couple seconds, and now they'll foul. 6th foul for Metuchen. 1 more, and they'll force the 1-and-1. And if they lose this game, it will really be heartbreaking, because this is really almost a mirror image of what happened when the boys played Dunellen, when me and Josh called the game 2 weeks ago on Saturday, I believe it was February 6th, when they had a lead, they were controlling that game, and then it just slipped away at the end, and they just couldn't hit a shot at the end. Metuchen's hitting their shots, but just Dunellen is shooting a little better. And all those opportunities Dunellen had to score early in the game to pile up some points, those easy layups, sometimes they don't really matter. You think about it in the grand scheme of things, but really they do. Because, you know, if two of those layups were contested and they didn't make them, Metuchen would be sitting here with a 48-47 lead right now. But Dunellen's up 3 with 58 seconds to go and with the ball. And I think the most important thing here for Metuchen is to try to cover Cassidy and Castro and try to force one of the others to have to shoot this 1-and-1 at the free throw line. Obviously with the 1-and-1 it helps them, because one missed free throw, if you can secure that rebound, then you're in good shape. Now what I do not understand, I mean, hopefully we'll see if they bring in Jermaine to try to rebound when they're at the line, because I wouldn't want to just leave that up to Carly Pachelski, as that one's nearly stripped, and Clavon's going to get called for the foul. Dunellen is being a little sloppy here, trying to hang on to the ball. Some of these passes are really uncalled for, but they're going to send Megan Green to the line. Green's only got 2 points. It was that big game-tying shot to make it 48-48. Metuchen led 48-46, but since then it's been 5 unanswered. They're going to keep Jermaine on the bench, and Megan Green hits a huge free throw to make it a 2-possession game. Rebound by Connors. Metuchen needs a score. And they won't get it. It's a turnover. And just like the boys' game, it's all falling apart for the Bulldogs. It'll send Chloe Cassidy to the line. You definitely you gotta move quickly, but sometimes a pass like that is a little too dangerous. And Charlotte Breen is typically a smart passer, but maybe not the best decision there. And it's going to be a turnover on a free throw violation. Now that is big. Metuchen's going to now have it at a 4-point game. 45 seconds left. 3 timeouts. Both teams in the bonus. And they're actually going to call the 3rd foul against Parcells there on an over the back, going for the rebound off the missed front end of the 1-and-1. Malega with a couple of huge free throws here, and she buries the first. 20 points for Molly Malega. So she's up to 10:06 on the career now. She knocks down both. That's clutch. It's a 2-point game. 43 seconds. And in high school basketball, that's still a lot of time. And that's going to be a turnover. Dunellen, I don't know what some of these decisions are here with the ball, because they are kind of giving away this game. Some of these passes have not been smart, and that pass there to Green kind of let her right out of bounds. But now Metuchen can tie or take the lead. It's Clavon from deep. Rushed one. Pachelski gets the rebound, gets tied up, and it's taken away by Parcells. And a foul's going to be called. And the most shocking thing to me is looking at the bench and seeing number 32, Arlie Germain, still on the bench when you really could use a rebounder here, especially with these 1-and-1 situations. And Pachelski and Connors, don't get me wrong, they are great rebounders, but they both have the tendency to turn the ball over more so than Germain. Just simply because she's the biggest and strongest player on the team. And it's Alexa Castro at the line, and she'll hit the first free throw. And how about a breakout game for Castro? A sophomore. All the other 4 players who have even played in this game for Dunellen, who are all seniors, they'll be gone next year. So Castro's going to really have to step things up, and she's playing a great game of basketball today. Malega gets the rebound, 53-50. Here comes Molly Malega. She'll try a 3 to tie. No good. Rebound. Now here comes Megan Green with it. Clavon takes a hard fall, but she'll foul. But that's now 10 against Metuchen and a double bonus. So 2 free throws guaranteed right here. And this definitely has to hurt for the Bulldogs. Many opportunities in this game. Coach Glutz is signaling for a timeout. The refs don't even see it. And now she's stopped. So let's see. First free throw rattles home. And now they'll call the timeout. So Megan Green hits from the line. She's got 4. And for the Bulldogs, what could have been in this game. They were up 35-25 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. And since then, it's been 29-15 Dunellen. If the Destroyers win, they'll move to 6-3 and 5-3 in conference play. Split the season series with the Bulldogs and make it overall 4 out of 6, dating back to the 2018-19 season in their yearly matchups. The Bulldogs would fall to 6-3 and 4-3 in Blue Division play, which would drop them to 3rd place in the division. And of course, those pod seedings come out in about a week and a half. Metuchen and Dunellen, at least I saw on the NJ.com website, were both pretty high up in the rankings, so a win could really make or break things today, as Green knocks down both. Metuchen needs a 3-pointer quickly. 5-point game. Here's Malega. And that pass is going to go out of bounds. They'll still have it with 7 seconds left, but really just have to chuck up a 3 right here. Got to get someone open. They got to just at least get a shot up. It's a 5-point game. Malega's going to put one up. It's no good. Green the rebound, and that should just about do it. The Dunellen Destroyers pull off a huge victory in Metuchen to make it a season split. The road team wins each meeting this year between the Bulldogs and the Destroyers. Disappointing loss, 55-50. Really frustrating for Metuchen. 21 points for Molly Malega. She did get to the 1,000-point mark. 13 for Clavon, 4 for Connors, 4 for Jermaine, 3 for Breen, and 2 for Knoll. Dunellen on the other side, 22 for Alexa Castro, 11 for Abelcare, 9 for Cassidy, 8 for Parcells, and 5 for Megan Green. Pending the snow, next broadcast will be Friday. Next time I'll be here, at least, for the boys varsity contest against South Plainfield. We hope you enjoyed today's game. For Ben Solaski, our producer, and for our cameraman, Mr. Zanetto, I'm Eddie Kalegi, signing off once again. Your final score, 55-50. Dunellen takes down Metuchen.